Hello, I'm Rosie, and this is my March TBR. I've kind of gone for a theme this month with the books I want to read, mainly because I'm doing 2 read-alongs and both of them kind of fit the theme, so I just decided to extend it to all the other books I was reading. The theme I've kind of gone with is well-known / hyped books, so books that are very popular at the moment basically. I have 4 books I absolutely want to get to this month and finish by the end of March. The first book is Still Alice by Lisa Genova. I'm currently reading this book, so I'll probably be finished quite soon. It follows Alice, who finds out she has early onset Alzheimer's disease, and the story details her life and her relationships with her family and those around her as the disease progresses. As a psychology student, I'm finding this very interesting, but it's also written in a style that you would just enjoy. I'm really enjoying this film so far and I'm really looking forward to seeing the film. In a similar kind of vein, I've also got If I Stay by Gail Forman. I've not read any Gail Forman, but I know she's quite popular and that this book it's a film. One of my friends has lent me the book and says it's amazing and that I should read it. So I am, but I don't know much about it other than that there's a choice involved, and I'm going to assume from what I've gathered from the story that choice involves death. But I think the cover from this is so pretty, but I've seen the recent covers and I don't think they're quite as nice as this, and I kind of wish they'd kept this one around, but I'm looking forward to reading this. I then have the 2 read-along books. The first is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I've not read any Cassandra Clare books, but I've heard so many good things about them and I'm so excited to read this. I'm doing it for the Mortal Read-Along. The links for both the book club read-along things will be in the description box below. And I don't know much about this one either, beyond that it involves vampires and werewolves. The back just makes it sound really interesting. I'm really looking forward to this. It's quite a big one, so I may save it for the train home, which is about 5 hours, and that should be enough time to read it. The other one is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I've not read any V.E. Schwab books, but I'm really looking forward to starting it. I've heard fantastic things about this book as well, and the concept and premise of the book just sounds really interesting, with the parallel universes and someone being able to travel through the universes and visit these different places, and the fact that there's magic involved, and it just sounds amazing. Sorry if I sound a bit clogged up. I've been ill for the past week or so and I'm still recovering, so sorry if I'm just sounding a bit out of it. I'm looking forward to this, and I love this cover. Like, I've seen the other cover, but it's not quite the same as this one, so when I saw this in the bookshop I was like, I want this one. It looks really cool and I'm just so excited to read it. I then have 2 backup books for if I finish those 4 and I still have time in the month. These ones I would have included, but for the fact that this month is going to be really busy with dissertation work and coursework and just work in general. So I've set myself 4 books to read. So I've got a feasible goal, but then I've also got 2 books that I would love to get to, but may not be so possible. The first of those is Cinder, the first book in the Lunar Chronicles. This is massively hyped on BookTube and I'm really excited to read it. But I'm kind of waiting for the hype to die down before I get into it, so I don't go in with too high expectations, because I have found that when I go into books with massive expectations for books that have been overly hyped, I don't enjoy them as much. So for this one, I'm kind of waiting for the hype around the series to subside slightly so I can sit down and properly enjoy the book. But it just sounds fascinating, and I love fairy tales, and this whole concept is just amazing from what I've heard. So I'm so looking forward to this, and I'm looking forward to continuing the series as well, because I think it's definitely one that I will enjoy. I then have After Dark by Haruki Murakami. This book, I've heard so many things about Murakami, so this is more a kind of hyped author more than a hyped book, but for this one it's quite short, so I've kind of got it as a backup or a travel book if necessary. I have tried reading it and it is one that I need to be awake for, and I can't just relax into the story. It's one that I actually have to concentrate on the words, so I'm a bit wary of reading it during a period where I will be tired and I will want to be slipping into a fantasy world that I can just relax and read about without having to focus on the wording in a way. But I'm really looking forward to reading this. I did start it last month, but I'm going to put it to the side for the Easter holidays where I can properly enjoy it, unless of course I finish all these other books first. I then have my TBR jar challenge for March, which is to listen to an audiobook. I'm still debating which audiobook to listen to. My current one is Dracula, because I know I own that one already at home, and I know my parents have quite a few audiobooks, because they are really expensive to buy, and as someone who's not a massive fan of audiobooks, I don't really want to spend that much money on an audiobook that I may or may not enjoy. So I'm going to wait till I get home, where I've got a larger selection of options, and then choose from there. But at the moment I have a feeling it will either be Dracula, which is a book I have not read for a while and it'll be really interesting to listen to out loud, or an Agatha Christie, which I do remember but not that well. So yeah. So this is my TBR pile for March, and I'm very excited to start reading them, or finish reading them as the case may be for Still Alice. I'm looking forward to reading those books. Let me know in the comments what you think of the books that I've picked for March, or if you're reading them as well. And yeah, goodbye!